How to fix low-L screen artifacts and glitches. Welcome back to Teknobalta. During our recent investigations, our technical team encountered a severe graphical issue in League of Legends, where the screen degrades into a static, grid-like artifact pattern. Initially, simply using the Alt and Tab shortcut would temporarily clear the visual corruption, but eventually, the game would completely freeze. We noticed that switching to full screen temporarily restored the image, but it introduced a massive performance penalty. Despite the in-game counter displaying a smooth 240 frames per second, the actual gameplay stuttered as if it were locked at 30 frames per second. Teknobalta's analysis revealed that this framerate desynchronization is a major clue pointing toward driver-level interference. We began our diagnostic process by cycling through the standard display modes to isolate the rendering pipeline. Unfortunately, forcing the game into windowed or borderless modes completely failed to resolve the visual tearing and artifacting. Next, our team tested the Windows emergency display driver reset command by pressing the Windows key, Control, Shift, and the letter B simultaneously. While the screen flashed as expected, the grid artifacts immediately returned upon focusing the game window. Suspecting a corrupt graphics driver cache, we proceeded with a complete system wipe using display driver uninstaller in safe mode. We then installed the absolute latest display drivers directly from the manufacturer, but the visual glitches persisted during our test matches. Teknobalta's hardware division then shifted focus to potential physical layer failures between the graphics card and the gaming monitor. We meticulously swapped out our primary display port cables for high-bandwidth HDMI cables to rule out signal degradation. To be absolutely thorough, we also tested different output ports on the graphics processor and alternative input ports on our testing monitors. Our results confirmed that the physical connections were perfectly healthy and were not causing the grid artifacts. We then investigated variable refresh rate technologies by manually disabling FreeSync through the physical monitor interface. Toggling FreeSync on and off yielded no improvements, confirming the issue was isolated purely to the League of Legends application. Moving back to software solutions, we navigated into the League of Legends client settings to test legacy application programming interfaces. We activated the DirectX 9 Legacy Mode option, hoping the older rendering engine would bypass the screen corruption. While DirectX 9 mode is a great troubleshooting step, our testing showed that it did not permanently cure the snowy and static screen effect. This forced us to look deeper into the global control panels governing the graphics hardware itself. We opened the AMD Software Adrenalin Edition to audit the global performance profiles currently active on our test bench. Our investigation immediately highlighted that the software was silently forcing aggressive optimization profiles onto the operating system. We discovered that the default game profile was automatically switched to the HyperRX, or the gaming experience mode during installation. These specific profiles automatically inject background scaling technologies into applications that do not natively support them. Teknobalta's engineers pinpointed that Radeon Super Resolution and Fidelity FX Super Resolution were attempting to upscale the native League of Legends engine. This forced upscaling directly conflicted with the game engine, generating the grid-like visual artifacts across the screen. Furthermore, we found that AMD Enhanced Sync was simultaneously trying to override the native game framerate pacing. The combination of forced scaling and forced synchronization caused the engine to report high frames while delivering heavily stuttering gameplay. To implement the ultimate fix, you must navigate to the Gaming tab within your AMD Software Adrenalin Edition control panel. From there, locate the specific application profile for League of Legends, or simply select the Global Graphics tab. Click on the Active Profile drop-down menu and change it directly to the default setting to strip away all forced driver optimizations. Once we applied the default profile, all background scaling and synchronization overrides were immediately disabled. After rebooting the game, our testing confirmed that the screen artifacting and static grid issues were permanently eliminated. The gameplay fluidity fully returned to its native, buttery smooth state, without any artificial framerate limitations. If you ever experience sudden artifacting in competitive titles, always check your driver software for automated optimization profiles. Don't forget to follow Teknobalta for more.